Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries. Today, a little bit off the beaten track. Well, in terms of, this is completely unscripted. I basically think these shows off the top of my head doing the dishes. But since we are on sacred ground today with Mommy Dearest, I did make myself a few bullet points. I'm so sorry with the glasses, but we're talking about her performance in the Gospel of Faye. And this is, of course, we all know, a very well-loved, especially by me. Yes, I play it like once a month. Well, again, do you think I do anything but dishes? I'm always saying that. But it's just like a comfort film for many of us. It is the Rocky Horror, let's say, of my generation, she. So it is sacred ground. We are talking about her performance in this film as, is it really kind of one of the worst performances ever put to film? I really went out on a limb on that one, I know. So excuse the glasses. We all know my glasses are broken. That let me do all the things. So when it comes to this kind of thing, forget it. I am blind. And I want to get a few of the points in about her performance that I really want to touch on. Okay, so background on Mommy Dearest, the book, it was written, it's very debatable, it was made into a script, it was passed around like a joint, in terms of writers, everyone got their hand in it, they settled on what they got, even though the rewrites were like this, and Anne Bancroft, of course, was set to do the film. As she says, I dodged a bullet on that one. She really did. She saw the script version, at least at that point, that they gave her, and she did a full pass. Then they were thinking about Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver's like my third-ish favorite actress in the whole world, and boy, would that have been a different film had she done it. She was in the running. Faye jumped in with, I'm available. Look, I just won an Oscar for Network, and I did Eyes of Laura Mars, and I just barely got through those two on the skin of my teeth. I love Eyes of Laura Mars, and I do think Network is an Oscar nom caliber performance. She was very good in it, very, very convincing, without all the bells and whistles that ruined this performance. Okay, so like I said, performance. I really want to stay on topic because I'm not going to make this like a 23-minute show. So we know the backdrop, and Faye now is available. She's set to do it. She walks into this thinking she's going to win an Oscar. Okay, I mean, rumor has it she thought this was going to be such like this profound melodrama about child papa that it would, it was a shoo-in. But she didn't think about your performing, Faye. You complain this became a camp. Let me just stop here. You complain that this became a camp classic with that performance? Are you even taking yourself seriously? Yes, you are. Why? Because you're Faye Dunaway. Okay, so let's give her what I call her hall passes in terms of method acting. She's method. Something got, thrown in the dryer on, a spin cycle a little bit, but there's some method in there. Let's touch on her performance exclusively. Again, sorry for the notes and the glasses. Okay, so we're starting with her hall passes, right? That I'm going to give her in terms of method. Personalization is when you take somebody from your own life, preferably somebody that's like a couple of years or few years back, and you superimpose them, so to speak, upon the character that you're interacting with, and therefore you have a more authentic interaction with that character because you have personalized that character as a someone. I don't use it. I don't tell people to use it. If it works for you and your method, do it. But you better use it in the context of the entire method, because if you just go around trying to personalize everybody in scenes, it's a 50-150. So yes, character study, I'm sure she does. She looks so frantic. I'm sure she studied something, and it looks like it might have been the character. So yes, I do believe that she commits herself to a character or what she thinks is the character. So there's a commitment, I guess, in terms of character study. I'll give her that, I guess. Having objectives. Okay, this is a key part of the key part of the method, the classic method. and that is that you have to have an objective out of everything or everyone. So in a scene, in a reading, in a film, in a sequence, you either or have to have an objective that you want to obtain from that character, or an objective that you have to get out of that scene, and that's supposed to make it more compelling and driven or whatever. Again, I don't use objectives in quite the same way. Let's just say I don't make them the driving force of a performance. There are nuanced little objectivities, not meaning that you're objective from, but like, you know, little goals that you want to hit, right? Not like a marker on a floor though. Don't calculate. Okay, her last I'll give her that she's focused. Okay, she's a focused actress. She's aware of everything that's going on around her while she's acting, but she's very focused. She can drill in with dialogue on someone, very, very focused, and with that character stuff.